Hello, my name is Rui Silva and this is my oral presentation for Professor Paul Driver. As you can see, I'll be talking about the massive multiplayer online role-playing game MMORPG Continent of the Ninth Seal, or simply C9. In my opinion, this game is very interesting due to the huge variety of characters to choose upon, because although we only have 4 main choices, Fighter, Hunter, Shaman and Witchblade, each class has 4 types of subclasses we could pick when we reach level 20 in the game. Also, the classes and subclasses are very well balanced, so we can't really say that a fighter is stronger than a hunter, or the other way around. I highly recommend that you try out this game, because in 5 minutes I can't approach the 2 sides of this wonderful game, the player versus monster, PvM, and the player versus player, so today I'll only give references about the PvP system. My character is a level 55 Berserker, which is a subclass of the fighters, and, as you can check, I'm going to fight against an Elementalist Empress, a subclass of shamans that have enormous magic power and evasion capacity. So, here we are, in the middle of the fight, and you can see that a crucial point to my strategy is to get as closer as possible to my enemy, because if I let him get some space, it can turn out to be a really dangerous guy, due to his range and melee attacks, which is a strong characteristic of the Shaman subclasses. In the lower part of the screen, you can see the keyboard shortcuts to every single skill and ability that I use in my fights. A little piece of advice. Be really careful when it's time to level your skills, because some are really powerful and useful, but others don't have any value whatsoever. At this point, you already notice that my opponent's magic attacks are giving me low damage. That's because I have a very strong set of equipment, another important part to this game. We have many grades of equipment: old, regular, magic, rare, perfect, unique, and master. Unique and master sets are almost impossible to acquire, and they bring really short advantages in comparison to the perfect sets. They're like more of a collectible item for those avid players that can't tire themselves and keep on doing dungeon after dungeon. So, I highly recommend that you acquire a level 54 perfect set of armor. It will really come in handy. Another thing that already must have caught your attention is that almost every time my character attacks, you see the word critical popping on the screen. That also has a reason: the status increase. You have a lot of strategic points you can focus on, depending on the character you have. Attack speed, move speed, critical chance, critical damage, concentration, among others. For a Berserker, in my opinion, you should really level your critical chance and your attack speed. The character is a little slow, and if you combine that with a good set of equipment, and if you are used to the game and have some ability, you can be nearly unstoppable. So, I guess that's pretty much it. I hope you like the game, and one last advice. Be sure to complete all your in-game tutorials, because they will be helpful. You can see here, I have a lot of practice, I use some combos. I get hit a lot of times, but that's also because the internet connection was a little bit too slow. You can also see my mousepad, because I was having some technical issues in the game. But for the most of it, you can check that, for example, not trying to brag myself, but I'm a very well balanced player. I can easily defeat opponents, although this opponent has some weak abilities. Yes, I have to be truly honest about that. He's a little bit weak, but you can check that I have some practice. I use my stance change. That's the skill that's on the 7 button. You can also check that I know how to evade myself pretty well. I was having some problems while recording this because this gamer is a Brazilian gamer, and when that happens, Brazilians usually have a lot of lag in their connections. But here it is. I won 3-0. I gave you all my advice. So I hope you like it, and that's all.